guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to take a look at this EZA Super Strike Trunks, and I'm kind of excited. Like, just these Super Strike units are just so old and they've been so useless for so long. Like, even back when they originally came out, they were actually pretty useless. You mainly just needed them to get the Prime Battle Goku, but what made Battle Goku so hard was that the Super Strike units just weren't that good. Like, I think Android 16 definitely had some use, just because he was a pretty good defensive unit, but like for the most part, these units have basically just been L's their whole life. So it's kind of cool that the Dokkan's breathing new life into them. And after reading the details of this Trunks, I'm actually kind of excited to try him out. He low-key could actually be a pretty cool, interesting unit, but I'm really curious to see what his numbers look like. I've actually heard that his sticker looks really cool. So if I'm impressed in the video, I might go ahead and sticker this guy. If I remember to, I'll sticker him maybe at the end of the video, so we'll see. So let's go ahead, let's check out what his kit looks like, and then we're going to hop into the little showcase here. So he's now an STR type, 3 key and 77% to all stats. That's just, you know, basically a free-to-play leader skill, so newer players or maybe in Battlefield, you maybe would use that, but you're pretty much not really going to use that other than like events that would require free-to-play units, which, by the way, I do think you all need to be getting these Super Strikes EZA'd, because my gut feeling is they are building up to something with these. Because if you remember, their original use was for Prime Battle Goku. I think they're going to come out with some really hype free-to-play EZA or character that you're going to need like a full Super Strike team to get. So just keep your eye out for that. I think you should be grinding these guys up. I think that's going to happen. So a super attack effect. Raises attack and defense for 1 turn and does supreme damage to the enemy. So if you can get additionals with this guy, that's going to be really good. And then his passive. So he gets attack and defense 150 at the start of turn. Now, considering this guy's old passive was like, I think just a small support passive, and he did like huge damage was his multiplier, to go all the way up to like supreme damage and have like big fat percentages in his passive. Like, these Super Strikes are getting like some of the biggest upgrades of any unit just because of how old they were, right? So attack and defense 150 plus an additional attack and defense 40, and all allies 1 key per savior's category ally excluding self attacking in the same turn. Okay, so what this means is if you have a rotation of 3 saviors, he's going to get 80% attack and defense added onto the 150, which is pretty significant. Now, with the numbers so big, you would think he'd do crazy numbers, but remember, he's got free-to-play stats, so you kind of need big fat numbers for them to look good. So yeah, he's going to get 80% there, and then all allies will get 2 key if it's all saviors, okay? He has a high chance of foreseeing the enemy super attack if there's an extreme class enemy, and all allies attack and defense 10%. Once again, if all allies are saviors. And then all allies just in general get 1 key in attack and defense 20%. So the way to look at this guy is this. If you're just using him on a generic team, not really paying attention to saviors, he's going to be a 20% attack and defense and 1 key support, which is okay. But if you're running full saviors, he's going to be 3 key and 30% attack and defense, which is a really like a good solid support, right? So you could think of this guy as a support unit. We're going to see what kind of numbers he can put up as well. So I did set up a full saviors build just so that we can see this in action. And then I did set up an extreme event, so we're going to have all extreme enemies. So we're going to see how often that scouter is going to go off, right? I did throw some just like kind of generic equips that had a lot of extras on. I didn't want to like invest a lot into this guy yet. Now, if I really like him and I think I'm actually going to use him, I'll upgrade some of these equips. I did give him a level 5 attack just because I had a lot of those. And like his stats are so low, I figured anything I'd give him to help. But he's full level 1 links. Like, I haven't even touched this guy for link levels, right? Okay, so here we are, and keep in mind, this STR Trunks is also in Trusted Will. So STR Ultimate Gohan is actually supporting him as well. So this is actually a double supported turn. He's supporting himself, and Gohan is supporting. Now, here's the thing. Start a turn, like 200k defense for this guy, like free to play, is actually not bad. Because remember, he's getting attack and defense for 1 turn. I believe this is only a 30% raise, but like, that's still something, right? So he's getting like another 60k defense on super, so he's going to be looking like close to 300k, and then like 260k. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's pretty solid. Like, he's not going to like jump into red zone, right? Like, the thing is with these Super Strike units, just the fact that they're somewhat viable is actually just really good. Like, the fact that they're usable, right? I think with a lot of these free-to-play units, the intent isn't like, okay, bring them into red zone and like do crazy with them, right? I don't think you can like judge every unit by red zone either. Like, red zone is one event in the game. Okay, I'm glad Gohan didn't take him out. I was kind of worried about that. But I want to be in the middle slot because I was getting Cold Judgment. Okay, 3 mil. Like, considering this guy was probably doing like 300k attack stats before his EZA, sure, I'll take a 3 mil attack stat while supporting. Like, let's say this, like, based on that first rotation, let me see what I want to do here. I'm going to actually float. So I've got this full power Trunks here, the super Trunks. I think he actually is going to be one of the better linking partners. So we'll kind of see. We'll let this AGL Trunks kind of play around here a little bit. But the way I'm looking at him now, like, you know, with that 3 mil attack stat, like, yeah, on rotation, he's probably not going to be like your best option. But I think this Trunks is like real potential. Is like a floating support that's supporting your Saviors team with the potential to have the Scouter, right? Like, that I think is like really enticing to me. So if the Saviors team is pretty limited, right? But you can see here, I've built a pretty decent team with Saviors. And this is just hybrid Saviors. This isn't like straight up Saviors. Like, there's more options if you're doing straight Saviors. I just did hybrid Saviors, so I'm doing an even more limited build. And there's still a lot of good units here, right? Look at this. We got the Scouter. See that? Super attack launch. And actually, we had the Scouter on the first turn as well. So back-to-back Scouters looking pretty good. Yeah, we're linking pretty well with this LR Trunks, actually. I don't think LR Trunks is going to take out the 18. Defensively, yeah, 200k starter turn defense again. So we're going to put him in line to see what he can tank on a super here, provided my LR Trunks just doesn't go crazy here. But I do think I see use for this guy. Once again, if Saviors gets built out more and like let's say there's a 200% Saviors team at some point, like, this guy could actually be like a legit good floating support unit there. So I do think I see use for this guy in the future. Okay, we just absolutely like one shot there, but I really wanted to be in the middle slot. That's okay. We'll get another turn. I don't know, that LR physical Trunks. What do I want to do here? I'm going to keep floating this Gohan because he's a support unit. So yeah, we'll just keep the rotation as is here. That LR physical Trunks, like, I kind of liked him on release, but I feel like he's aging like really fast. Like that 5 mil attack stat, even though he has crits in his kit, like built in, just doesn't seem that impressive, and his defense isn't crazy, right? It's like LR Trunks is like, I don't know, that physical Trunks, I wish he was a little bit better. He just falls in line with kind of that meme of LR EZAs aren't that great. They've had a couple they've done well, but for the most part, the standard LR EZAs haven't been crazy. Now, that being said, we potentially have a Cell Saga LR EZA still coming up very soon. I think physical LR Cell's got a good possibility. If they want to go really crazy, the 350 million download units, the Incel and AGL Gohan, that's what a lot of people are thinking, which would be really crazy because they're super hype, and the Gohan's actually still pretty darn good. But yeah, I would take it. Like, Dokkan really, I wouldn't be surprised with whatever they've done now that they've gone like so out of order with EZAs and all that. Like, yeah, I could just see it happening, right? All right, so this rotation's pretty good here. We got 5 out of 7 links. The problem is I'm fighting another int unit. I feel like that physical Trunks will just annihilate again. Who do we link better with here? Hold on. Okay, we need Cold Judgment, so I'm going to keep them linked up with the physical Trunks, because that Cold Judgment is really helping the defense. So 177k defense here, not linked quite as well, but that's okay. We'll take it. I want to get some attack stats in here. Now, here's the thing. We don't see a super attack, so that either means the Scouter didn't work, or the Scouter did work, but we can't tell. It's just showing no super attacks, right? So that's the huge flaw with the chance to guard, chance to Scouter, all that, is that the Scout, like, one of the benefits of having a Scouter, right, is knowing that, hey, they're not super attacking, so I can do whatever with my rotation. But the only time you know the Scouter works is when they do super. So you're actually losing like half of the effect. Whereas, like, I would want to know when they are not supering so I know that I'm free. I don't know that. So I wish they put like a little shield icon or something. 2.3, so not nearly as impressive of an attack stat there. Once again, that's because there was like no support on this rotation. So support makes a huge difference for this guy. And yeah, this LR Trunks just hitting like 5 mils. Like, yeah, that's okay. He's got the crits, right? Like, that's pretty good. But I know his defense isn't like insane, right? So yeah, I just find myself never using that Trunks, which is a shame. Because he's a cool looking unit, right? All right, what are we going to do here? So Yeah, we're going to do this. We're just going to leave this guy here. We don't need to worry about transforming. We'll leave Trunks as is. I actually like Trunks better untransformed anyways. It's kind of funny. The 2 units I have on rotation, I like them both pre-transformed more than they're transformed. So Dokkan's kind of done that with a few units where like you kind of just don't even want to transform them. Especially with just these insane stacking units. Like, why would I transform and stop stacking? Because they're just, like, especially Tech Ultimate Gohan, like, he keeps raising attack anyways. So sure, like, the turn you transform, he's going to be better offensively. But if you just don't transform, he's still going to build defense and get attack anyway. So he can still be, you know, Tech Ultimate Gohan at the end of a long event. He can be pushing out 6 to 7 mil attack stats with, like, a million defense. So it's like, why would I transform into Ultimate Gohan? I don't know. But the crazy thing with that Tech Ultimate Gohan, I still think it's like forever away, but at some point that guy's going to get an EZA, which is crazy. He probably will be the best unit in the game when he EZAs. I mean, unless they literally like do nothing and just give him EZA stats, but like he's still like on the top of tier list, which is kind of crazy. All right, so now we got another supported turn here. Cold Judgment, now we're back at the 200k defense. So yeah, I mean, we're not really seeing anything else new here. It's pretty similar attack stats, so we're not seeing a super attack, so once again, it either means there are none or we didn't get the effect to trigger. Unfortunate that we don't know that. So there you go. That's exactly what can happen to you, right? Like you can get caught like that. So the Scouter didn't help me there at all in that 2.5 mil attack stat because I didn't know if I had missed the effect or if the Scouter was telling me there's no super. So I really dislike that part. I think the chance to guard units and chance to Scouter units, even though we would always rather have it be guaranteed, right? They at least improve greatly if we at least know if the effect triggered or not. So I think that's like one of my most requested quality of life updates I want Dokkan to do. Obviously after the friend system, that's number 1. But at some point, I do want them to indicate that. So anyways, guys, we'll make that the last rotation. So we're seeing this Trunks at 2.5 to 3 mil attack stats at his best. But the support is what I like, and the Scouter is what I like. So I think in the future, if I'm running some type of Saviors build, I think this Trunks makes it onto my team as a supporter, not going to lie, because they are pretty limited. So anyways, guys, let me know what y'all think of this Trunks. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.